So we're gonna start right now, and we have started. Hey, what's up? Welcome to Pubwatch, episode 3. My name is KOKOStern, and with me is Onin. Say hi.
Hi. Today, rather than looking at a single team like we've done the past few times, we've just decided to single out one individual whom everyone will probably think is rather interesting, which is DK.BurNIng, often seen as the world's best carry, or at least one of the many.
I don't know if carry, the world best farmer for sure. Farms he's noted for getting to 1K GPM a game or stuff like that on actual tournament games. I think the guy is insane. We initially wanted to do DK, but then hey, BurNIng is interesting, right?
Yep, BurNIng's far more interesting than the rest of those people.
Yeah, DK actually there was just a swap of two people, and then we decided to focus on BurNIng because I didn't know the other ones, basically. So
Besides, it's interesting to see whether one of the world's best carry can actually carry in a pub.
yeah.
So that's what we're here to find out today.
Yep, so as we say that, let's just go into the first game. And there we go. Onin, are you ready?
I am ready.
3, 2, 1, go. So, let's see the players here. We actually have a couple of people from DK. So, Templar Assassin DK in the mid lane. At the top we have BurNIng as Necrolite, which is a hero that can definitely carry. I mean, Necrolite can go Radiance and go crazy if he gets an insane farm. So, we'll see how BurNIng fares with Necrolite. Smiley Face, who you say is whom again?
That's DK
DK. Okay, so we got
also
three.
known as DK's X, or whatever nickname he has.
Okay, so
Got a bunch of them.
we have 3 DK players here, along with an Alchemist and a Dark Seer, which is something in whatever his name is. And on the Dire side, we have Honey, which is just a person, as Windrunner. At the bottom lane, with Keeper of the Light, mid we have Invoker, so it's going to be TA Invoker in the middle. Both incredibly strong mid heroes. TA usually wins this one, I believe, but that remains to be seen. And at the top we have Crystal Maiden and Earthshaker supporting the Drow Ranger and the Necrolite carry, because it's a Necrolite carry, it's BurNIng, right?
Obviously.
And, we're just going to see how this fares out. I mean, I don't really know QQQ and MMY or X that much. I mean, my DK knowledge is limited, I admit.
Yeah, I actually haven't been paying too much attention to the new lineup either.
I mean, I really don't know the new 2 players. I don't even know their names. I mean, I know Long DD and, the other person, his name, I completely forgot. But they left. So they have 2 new players whom I really don't know again.
I think it was Die and 357.
Okay, numbers.
Were those the 2?
Why do Asian players like numbers?
Short-sighted of you.
I don't know. I think someone just started doing it and then everyone thought it was trendy and everyone found their own number.
I don't know.
Maybe it actually has some cultural relevance, but I'm not sure.
Well, it'll be
But either way,
interesting.
we don't have any numbers in this game. We've just got Happy Face Man,
Happy Face Man.
BurNIng, and QQQ.
Yeah, at the top. If we look at the last hits, we can see that BurNIng is keeping on par with, he's even passing him a little bit on the middle of QQQ's TA, which is nice. I mean, it's nice being on par with a Templar Assassin mid. And she is pretty much, it looks like she's winning on versus Invoker. He went Quas build here. So he won't be last hitting very well, but he won't be dying as well because he has that regeneration from Quas.
Yeah, that's always the choice when you have to lane against pretty much the best mid laner in the game. You can go Exort so you can be at least competitive on the last hits, but if you go on Exort then you can also get dived and just die really easily. You have to weigh up your options, and usually not dying is the best choice.
We have DS and Keeper of the Light annoying each other, but nothing really is happening. Keeper of the Light is faster than him. And at the bottom, I just wanted to note that Alchemist went Goblin's Greed, as people usually go, Grievel's Greed, that is, and Acid Spray. So no stun for him, no unstable concoction.
Yeah, he's solo on the lane. He can't really do that much with the stun. Even if he tries to land it, the Windrunner would probably be able to just run out of the range and he'll only stun himself.
Yeah, a lot of damage here he's getting. Is he gonna die here?
At this
No,
rate,
wow.
might...
Oh, he does.
Yeah,
He does die. Wow, he does die to Windrunner. So Windrunner draws first blood here. Honey, honey.
He almost got the trade on the Keeper of the Light, but he just... That was the reason why he shot that far too quick Illuminate, because he was really getting a lot of damage from that acid spray, and he was scared that he was going to die to that, but he just got away with like 15 HP left.
Okay, so not an even trade then. Alchemist pretty much alone. I mean, DS is kind of in the forest, and he's not doing so well. Shackled, Illuminate goes off, everything, and he just came back and he's already at 300 HP again. So he's having a hard time against Windrunner or Keeper of the Light, which makes perfect sense. Windrunner, on last hitting, does really well so far. I mean, she's keeping up with BurNIng and TA in the mid.
Yeah, and it also makes sure that an Alchemist can't really get close, because one of Alchemist's main weaknesses is his very low armor, and of course being melee. So if he wants to get in close to start, well, last hitting stuff, then Windrunner is going to get a few melee hits off. Oh, ranged physical hits, I mean. And that's going to hurt.
Yeah, that's why he probably went Acid Sprayer at the start, because it can help him a little bit with last hitting. He does have 1 point in the Stable Concoction, now he's level 4. And at the top we actually saw a little engagement. Crystal Maiden ran away with one last hit, I think, and BurNIng didn't want to go in because Drow would have killed him. Drow, after the change, Drow does so much damage. I mean, as a ranged hero, so much DPS, going Precision Aura here.
Which actually makes it a little bit surprising that BurNIng is doing so well in this lane. He's almost got 100 more GPM than the Drow Ranger, which is mostly because she's scared. But she should be able to last hit so much easier, and from a rather safe range too.
Yeah, I guess maybe she is scared against, well, DK.BurNIng. He's DK.BurNIng. I mean, it's...
Yeah,
it
can be that it's once again just the jitters of meeting a pro in your pub.
And we have QQQ only now getting his boots and sending off the bottle to be refilled by the courier. So Invoker got the first rune, or the 4-minute rune that is. Already has his phase boots up. So he's not dead. He's not dying, but he's not doing so well. Actually, he is doing pretty well if I'm looking at it right now. About 20 last hits against 30 for TA, but he's okay. He's okay.
I find it rather amusing that actually the one with the highest GPM at this point is the Windrunner, because she's keeping up with the CS and she got that first blood. So normally an offlaner who has a hard time getting anything is now suddenly the best.
Well, she's with the Keeper of the Light against just an Alchemist. I mean, he can't really do anything, but I guess that first blood really shot her up, because... And her on last hitting, she's doing incredibly well. She did get phase boots, so it's really, really easy for her to last hit right now.
Indeed.
And Invoker gets DD again, so QQQ is not really getting the runes here. Gonna send off Bottle again. Bottle Crow, even though it's not a crow. It's a tree that's walking, it's not even flying. Yeah. So at the top we have Necrolite with Arcane Boots, and Earthshaker with nothing. And Drow has nothing as well. She's really not farming well at the top.
Yeah, she's just too scared of...
Yeah, he's just running in and she's backing off.
Yeah, because a single landed Fissure, well, a Fissure block especially, but a single Fissure and a Death Pulse it won't kill her, but it will put her at low HP, at which point she can't do anything.
CM, and they got silenced. Earthshaker is going to follow their Invoker, Drow Ranger, and Necrolite. Necrolite is pretty bad shape here. He's slowed up.
And this is what I was expecting actually to happen all along, because that Frost Arrow... That Frost Arrow Orb popping is really...
He actually got Crystal Maiden. Okay, no. Okay, he ulted Drow Ranger the last second. It wasn't enough. She had too much HP to actually die, but that was... Wow, she's going to get a double kill here. It would be amazing.
And now the Drow's got her Tranquil Boots, so she's no longer as afraid of all the harassment anymore. Means she's probably going to catch up on all the farm that she's lost in the first few minutes.
That's gonna be very good for her in terms of of really catching up here.
And especially it's going to be bad for BurNIng because this hopefully will make her confident enough to constantly start harassing her, which is something that Drow...
Wow, Alchemist here. Alchemist is the bottom lane, sorry to interrupt you, but Alchemist is getting illuminate everything on him and he dies. He does die
He's
in Windrunner.
two interruptions.
Yeah, he got shackled and then power shotted and illuminated. And Crystal Maiden came in from behind to help out. So, wow, Windrunner's doing incredibly well. She's doing better than Necrolite, almost as good as TA in the middle. And TA with invisibility, she might be able to do something here. She's going top, so they wanna shut down Drow.
As they should.
Yeah, they definitely.
And this also shows that it's a good thing for the Invoker that he's been trying to get some rune control and getting those first few runes away from QQQ. Because if the Templar doesn't get all those runes, then your Drow is even more in danger than she already was.
Yeah, they had words there, so Drow did go back. In the middle we have Darkseer dying.
They found him in the forest, and he was already at low HP, so there was really nothing he could do.
Mm. Well, yeah, they worded up everywhere, and there are 4 heroes here in the middle tower. I don't know if they're going to get it, actually, but there doesn't seem to be anything from the Radiant side coming in. I mean, Earthshaker is coming in, but I think Mid is going to fall.
Yeah, they will get it. This is the other strength which makes Drow Ranger such a danger after her latest change. Look at the damage that, say, a Crystal Maiden suddenly has. She gets about 20 bonus damage from that aura the Drow Ranger has. And if all your whole team, because all of Dire is ranged heroes, all of them get that bonus damage. So if all of them start hitting a tower, that tower dies.
Yeah, and it's global, so Drow Ranger doesn't even have to be there. She can be farming in a different lane, and pushing power just grows up.
Indeed.
And we have a lot of people here for the Dire, and BurNIng and QQQ looking for blood. Gonna see if something happens here. Shaker finds Windrunner, slowed down by TA's trap. Stun her! And
I think he blocked his own path.
Yeah, he did.
But he's gonna go down.
TA from the they're gonna get there, and Invoker is here. He wants to gather a Shaker. He does with Cold Snap.
He can't have Ghost Walk.
And Necrolite ult takes him out. Is Windrunner gonna fall? Oh, QQQ! Silenced up Drow Ranger is here. Is BurNIng gonna drop as well? TP's out, Illuminate, and Shackle! Shackle gets him! Power shot and one last hit. Windrunner claims it. Wow. So they lost a lot of heroes here. They did get a couple of kills, but they all died. Wow.
Yeah, that was 3-4-2, and it did get a buyback from the Windrunner, so that's... At least the trade is decently even in terms of gold.
Well, she did get the kills. She actually has 4 kills right now. So Windrunner doing very well this game. Alchemist is in danger here again if he's going to get hit by this Illuminate. They go in. Shackle? No, Shackle's going to latch. Wow. He's dead. He is so
I
dead.
don't know why that guy thought it was a good idea to stay around after he just got hit by a Illuminate to the face. Usually that's a pretty bad sign.
Yeah. He's just doing terribly right now. I mean, what's his... Templar Assassin killed Drow Ranger at the top. We missed that one. But TA is very strong right now. I mean, she's got a bottle, she's got her phase boots, she's level 10. Drow Ranger doesn't really have anything except for creative boots, though she does have Shadow Amulet in her stash. So that was easy for them. And on the bottom lane, Honey. I like his name. I don't know why. I really like his name. And they're going for the bottom tower.
And that should be pretty easy to get.
Yeah. There's no one there. And what's flying out? Just more observer wards. So Invoker here is gonna go up against the Darkseer, but he's gonna surge himself, so there's nothing he can do really. TA looking at Invoker here. QQQ, and no, he can't do anything. And at the bottom, Windrunner again gets the last hit on the tower. And we have a short pause here.
This Windrunner is already up at 450 GPM. How often do you see a Windrunner with those kinds of numbers? She's already got a 4-staff finished.
Oh, she's kicking their asses, really. I mean, if we look at the pause will just be a second, so we're just going to talk through it. Yeah, she has 5 kills, and our last hits are pretty much on par with BurNIng, with BurNIng.
Luckily though, it's only a Windrunner, and both QQQ and BurNIng have pretty decent farm. BurNIng has got his mechanism up, which means that he's going to be really difficult to kill, even for a Drow Ranger, or especially for a Drow Ranger with all that armor that he gives. So even though this Windrunner is doing amazing, it's questionable whether it really compares to having a Templar Assassin and a Necrolite with farm up.
Well, Windrunner can go DPS build. I mean, she is building a 4-staff here, which doesn't really count as DPS now that it's been changed to include regeneration and doesn't have DPS anymore. But she can still go, she can go for a Monkey King Bar, as an example, if she does really well, or something similar to that. And her ultimate can be very damaging. I mean, Windrunner can be somewhat of a DPS or a semi-carry in nature if she goes that route, but we definitely usually see her as a support or a utility. And as we continue the game, QQQ and BurNIng is here, Smiley Face is here, in the middle. All the Dire is going towards the middle as well. There's a Windrunner illusion.
Hopefully they're not going to jump on that.
They're going to totally jump on that.
Darkseer vacuums nothing
Slow.
for... Oh, there they are.
And they did.
They
and
sure
what a great bait with the Illuminate. The Illuminate hits everything. Perfect Jackal, power shot, Necrolite mechanism, he's still alive. TA is going to run. No one dies, but that was a very nice bait with Illuminate hitting 4 Radiant heroes.
Yeah, it's just a shame that the Shackle came a little bit too late. If he could have hit 2 heroes with that while they were still on top of the ramp there, then they could have gotten the kill easy. But,
well, they're going for CM, and wow, she drops in like 2 hits, and she just drops. Illuminate again hits everything, so everyone is on low HP. Mechanism already popped.
I was kind of questioning this Darkseer's build. Well, let's just watch this fight first.
Yeah. Okay, everybody's okay still. Crystal Maiden. TA jumps in here though. Shackled up to the creep. Power shot comes in. Illuminate again hits everything. But
with putting on the side lane, it's really hard to gank anyone actually. He just runs in and heals.
And finally Alchemist joins in. Drow Ranger's going to drop to Templar Assassin. Invoker Tornadoes everything, but is slowed, but he's really, really fast even when slowed. He was 4-staff back in, but wow, mana hits everything. EMP hits everything, so no one has mana for any skills whatsoever. Shackle hits DS. TA's traps are no mana, 15 mana, so she manages to use one, but Invoker made it out. Wow, that EMP killed all of their mana.
Yeah, that was a lucky save, because that 4-staff was Windrunners. He was trying to help, and usually getting forced into a team isn't how you want to help people.
Yeah, but that EMP was just hit perfectly.
Yeah, but I was trying to say, this Darkseer has gone for 3 points in Surge before a single point in Vacuum, which is really questionable. I personally don't even like putting 2 points instead of 1, but they're actually making good use of it, because he is sending the Templar Assassin into fights, which the longer duration really helps with. The only reason they got that kill on CM is because he had the long duration surge. Plus it allows QQQ to actually not go for Blink Dagger. So
and at the middle here we have her EMP'd again, and Crystal Maiden claims it with a Nova. Earthshaker is kind of in a bad position here. In a very bad position. He can't get out, and he's gonna pay for it. He's getting CrossFit.
Should have just stayed in. Hoped that no one would have seen him.
No one would have seen him. So there's just really 2 free pickoffs for the Dire side. Everybody's here except for Drow, who went back to farm, and again only has a Shadow Amulet so far. I mean, if you take a look back at the gold per minute, wow, Windrunner still tops that chart of gold per minute, and net worth as well for Windrunner.
Yeah, because no one's been farming recently, so the only gold that's been changing hands is kills, and those have been all in the Dire's favor.
Yeah, she has 5 kills now, and Invoker with 4.
It's also kind of a problem that there's no farming being done, because look at this Drow Ranger. She's got a GPM of 241. That's Yeah,
Wow.
it's equal to the Alchemist, which is even more surprising. An Alchemist is usually a bit better at farming, but for both of them, that's kind of bad. These heroes should be getting more farm than they currently have.
Well, Alchemist got destroyed at the bottom, and wow, Windrunner with a DD just destroyed Earthshaker. Alchemist stuns her, but you can't really do anything with that. This Windrunner is badass, a badass Windrunner. And Tia at the bottom is going to go for Invoker here, and she does. No, Tornado, slowed up. She's going to get him probably.
Yeah, he doesn't have... Can he?
Yeah, he has nothing. And Windrunner wind runs away from Darkseer here.
The Keeper of the Light was trying to recall him, but that thing gets dispelled as soon as you hit, and QQQ hit him. And then he died.
It takes 5 seconds. Yeah, he's level 1, so it takes 5 seconds without getting hit to get recalled, which was not the case. QQQ is doing very well. I mean, he has enough money for another Mithril Hammer if he is going for a Desolator, which he probably is, unless it's a BKB. But I don't see him really needing a BKB right now.
Well, it depends on how aggressive he really wants to get, since he doesn't want to get picked off like he did in mid just before that. And having a BKB as a buffer for that would really just allow him to be a lot more aggressive everywhere on the map.
Yeah, and thinking about it, his DPS is insane as it is. I mean, the Dire has very squishy heroes. I mean, Keeper of the Light running around with 700 HP. That's not much. Is Darkseer going to be okay here? Yeah, he manages to finally surge himself away from danger. And stun goes up, but there's no follow-up.
Earthshakers always like to throw out random stuns that don't do anything.
Yeah,
Which is kind of
he
weird.
also likes canceling the animation. He's been doing it all the time. Earthshaker, canceling the animation like a second before it actually hits.
Yeah, why not?
But he doesn't have anything on him. I mean, he's playing full support here, doesn't even have arcane boots yet. Necrolite going for a Dagon, it seems. I mean, no talisman, Staff of Wizardry. And at the top, wow, we have QQQ. He's going to get picked off. Oh, he is so dead. Melds off. There's no vision. No, there's nothing. He's fine. He is fine.
At least until there's...
An Illuminate coming in, but no, he's okay. Okay, he made it out. It's weird that they have no dust or any way of seeing him.
Yeah.
Darkseer gets frostbitten, Nova, silenced, shackled.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Frostbitten is fine, but as soon as you're silenced, you're out.
Earthshaker is stunned to help him out, but again, those stuns don't really do much. And
They can't make a difference.
we have an Alchemist at the middle. He's TP. Yeah, he's probably going to TP out because we have Windrunner went to the bottom. He juked her, so he's fine. So far we have the Dire team doing pretty well. They have 3 towers down to only the top for the Radiant. In terms of the graphs, we have over 3,000 in experience towards the Radiant and gold towards the Radiant as well. What? And BurNIng.
Yeah, that's all just QQQ and BurNIng farming like they're supposed to.
Yeah, BurNIng gets picked off at the top. But what? I mean, the Dire clearly. What's going on? This game is weird. I mean, they have more towers and they have more kills, and Shaker is... What the hell is Shaker doing? Dying, I guess. He bought a bracer and smoke before dying. He just walked in, 5 heroes.
Well, if you look at the last hit in the night chart right now, when we have a pause... And
yeah, we have a pause. Let's just jump ahead to 2620. It's going to take us just a second. As we move forward here... I apologize for the small pause, but this is a pub game and pauses happen. Okay, I'm at 26:20. Are you there too?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. Yes, please continue.
So if we look at the last hit of the night charts, we can see that the top half is 4 Radiant heroes, and below that are 4 Dire heroes. So QQQ and BurNIng both have 90 last hits, whereas the Windrunner and the Drow Ranger both have only 60. That's 50% more. That's a pretty significant difference.
So if we look at the map and the towers and the kills, Dire's winning, but in actuality, if we look at the graphs and the information we have here, it seems like the Radiant just have more farm, both experience and gold.
Yeah, it's not a huge difference, and you also got to keep in mind that all those towers going down gives a significant amount of mapper control to the Dire team, whereas the Radiant, they're not quite caught in their own base yet, but they don't have nearly as much TP access.
Smoke up holds Dagon in reverse order for some reason, but Templar Assassin picks off Invoker in the middle. And we have the Dire going for Roshan here. I don't think they Radiant, no. I mean, they do have a ward here, so they can see them, but Crystal Maiden, and they're going to continue with Roshan as Crystal Maiden is a sacrificial lamb here.
Yeah, that's actually a rather decent idea.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I mean, Crystal Maiden does die, and do they manage to pick off Roshan before they come in?
Do they though?
Yeah, she does.
Yes.
Draw Ranger does. She has Shadow Blade, so she is going to
yes.
make it. Yeah, and everybody manages to run away. Keeper is just fast. Windrunner has Windrun.
Yeah. It's really great that if you think that the enemy doesn't have vision over Roshan, but it just seems like they're trying to check it, if you can give your life to just make sure that your Roshan kill is safe, that's completely worth it. Especially if you're just a support hero.
Yeah, Crystal Maiden, which is now bald, which is... why does it happen with so many heroes that they get bald if they die? Oh, now she has her cloak back. If they're dead,
I think that's just because the item models just fail to load for some reason.
Yeah, bald Lena and old Crystal Maiden happens so many times.
This Crystal Maiden is tanky. She's got a point booster and 2 bracers. How often do you see that?
Yeah, she's been doing worse than everybody else, but she apparently has money. So, I mean, did she get kills? Yeah, she's been at almost every kill. She has 10 assists. So she did get money from those assists, and she actually has 2 kills, which is nice for Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, you don't actually see Crystal Maiden make this much of a difference usually. Especially when you max your aura first over your nukes.
Yeah, which happens in most cases.
Well, lately actually it doesn't happen that much anymore because when you've got all those arcane boots and soul rings you buy on heroes, then just 2 mana regen per second isn't all that amazing. And
it does double on her, which is also
that's true. That's nice.
So I guess
if you also if you figure the reason why you would pick Crystal Maiden in either a pub or a competitive game, it's usually because she's a support who has a great nuke and a great disable. So usually you want to max those first.
At the top we have Drow. Wow, getting destroyed here. She has Shadow Blade, but that was not enough. She got picked off by everything, including Necrolite Ultimate, and then Aegis popped. She died again immediately because there were 4 heroes there. And we have 4v4 at the top. Alchemist farming mid, and beautiful Shackle on QQQ. Everything's going off here, and Crystal Maiden and Drow Ranger is already dead. I mean, Crystal Maiden died right now. Again, beautiful Shackle on QQQ by Honey Honey. Invoker's invisible, so he doesn't care, and Keeper of Light is pretty fast. And Windrunner just keeps on fighting. I mean, she doesn't care at all.
Oh, this Invoker just attacked the trap.
And a 3rd Shackle in a row on QQQ for this
This guy knows how to hit his shackles.
Yeah, he's good. He's really good. Amazing. But QQQ is going to be enough. He's mana leaked, so he can't chase. So
how long is this going to last?
Wow, that was a really tactical retreat. They retreated, but they did do the damage and shackled every time. 3 shackles in a row. Holy crap. Honey Honey. You get a thumbs up from me and from everybody I think who was watching. That was amazing.
Yep, and it's kind of silly that that Invoker broke his Ghost Walk, because that slow that the Ghost Walk gives, along with the fact that Radiant didn't have any invis detection at all, could have just given them the safe retreat easily.
They do have dust. They do have dust on Earthshaker, actually.
Ah, then...
Yeah, he used it for Drow.
Yeah, probably.
And Earthshaker gets frostbitten here, and then
silenced. Both just raped by all of the minus armor that QQQ has.
And at the bottom we have Necrolite with an ultimate on Crystal Maiden. It doesn't kill him. Drow is... Oh, he has Ghost Scepter. Wow, he has Ghost Scepter along with his Dagon 2 now. He's still going to get picked off by Drow.
Is he?
Yes, he is. He dies to Drow. Crystal Maiden makes it away, but DA is still here. And wow, she deals so much damage. One hit kills Crystal Maiden. Silenced up. Is it going to be enough? Is it? Wow, and
Yes!
yes, it is.
It's double kill.
As they both die, QQQ manages to pick off Drow Ranger, so it's 3 for 3, unless there was a buyback, which I missed.
I think it's 3 for 3. That's
3 for 3.
surprisingly equal trade.
Yeah, he managed to get everyone.
I'm not sure how this Templar really managed to survive and, you know, stay at full power for so long.
The main thing to note here is that this was the entire Dire team against Radiant without Alchemist. Alchemist is just farming bottom.
Yeah, and he's actually doing a really good job of it because suddenly he's at 400 TPM.
Wow.
He has really stepped up his game.
Yeah, he's actually topping the last hit charts with 142. He has his Hyperstone now, has a Shadow Blade, which is an interesting choice. And probably going to go for his AC or Mjolnir can really go both ways.
Probably an AC, seeing as how much physical damage is being done by the Dire team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have mainly physical damage in terms of Drow. Though
And
they do
Shadow
have,
Blade on Alchemist is actually really nice because you can activate your stun, Shadow Blade into someone, hit them, stun them, throw down a acid spray, and you can actually get kills that way rather easily.
yeah, actually activating the stun and going to Shadow Blade sounds like the correct thing to do. Throwing it does throw it off, so you forfeit the 150 bonus damage.
Not if you hit first.
Not if you hit first, I guess. Yeah. So if you look at items, Invoker has his Forestaff, got a drum, everything. Drow has a Shadow Blade and very close to Manta. Keeper has his mech, and I guess he has a cloak. I guess he's working on the pipe. Windrunner is working on her sheepstick. I'm guessing that ultimate orb is a sheepstick in the making. And we have an engagement here in the middle. Blindness, so Templar Assassin will miss her attacks. Dagon ultimate by Necrolite destroys CM even with all her tankiness.
I don't think that was a good idea.
Windrunner is here. Why not?
Because there's a Drow Ranger here and nope, they're
She's-
not gonna continue.
She's scarier, and Illuminate's going to hit everything for the Radiant. Stun on Keeper. He drops to Templar
Eventually.
Assassin. And yeah, Windrunner and Drow just keep staying together here, killing stuff. Windrunner picks off Necrolite. TA does pick off Invoker, and Earthshaker is going to die here.
Yep, he's down. Yeah, it's really questionable whether Burning should really be spending his resources to two-shot Crystal Maiden when QQQ can do that with a meld, which has quite a significantly shorter cooldown than Necrolite's ultimate.
Well, Necrolite, actually, he can kill pretty much anyone, including Crystal Maiden. It's actually interesting because Crystal Maiden isn't that squishy. She's actually really tanky. She actually has an Ogre
true.
Club now. But there's still, I mean, the squishiest is Keeper of the Light. Drow, again, working towards that Manta style, already has her ultimate orb and almost 1400 HP. Invoker, I can't see how much HP he has right now. 1200. And now that he responds. So they're okay. I mean, the squishiest one is Keeper of the Light, though he has Mechanism. And Necrolite has a Dagon too, so he can do a significant amount of damage. I don't think he can one-shot anything.
No, not even two-shot at this point. But it's more the question of which of the heroes is the most important to really deliver that much burst damage in one go at, and I don't think Crystal Maiden is the one. Because this is also what could happen.
And QQQ gets everything by the Dire team, just disintegrated here. I don't know-
Everything.
Yeah, everything. What was he doing there? I have no idea.
He blinked in on the Crystal Maiden, threw a meld on one hit and got it to 25% HP, and then everyone else showed up.
Everyone showed up, okay. So yeah, that was agreed, I guess. And are the Dire gonna push that? No, she bought back. TA bought back, so there's no point, they back off. And QQQ does have a Desolator, so he went for the Desolator, not the BKB.
Yeah, he's had it for a few minutes now.
Yeah, and we're going to have to see what he wants to build next. Maybe it is a BKB, or more DPS. Windrunner, very close to her Sheepstick. Very, very close. And let's take a look at the graphs just one more time. Yeah, experience, more than 7,500, gold, 10k. 10k gold difference towards the Radiant, again. So
Yep,
this,
that's once again all from the farm.
yeah, that's the. We can see the last hits and denies, except for Earthshaker, who's really it's his fifth position bottom support. Everybody has a ton of farm on the Radiant team, and Drow Ranger, the best farmer on the Dire, isn't even close to Darkseer. So, okay, we're going to see the bottom lane here.
Yeah, for so far it doesn't really make the most difference in terms of the items that they're getting up.
It's going to start soon. And Nikolite Ultimate on Keeper of the Light doesn't actually kill him. QQQ is in here, but he's sheepsticked. Sheepsticked, that's the new word. And Crystal Maiden is also picked off here, and she ulted the last second, but Nikolite took her out. Windrunner and Drow.
Look at this Alchemist.
Yeah, Alchemist finally coming in with his AC. Shackle, perfect Shackle, Nikolite and Alchemist. And we have... No! Drow Ranger! Ow! She does drop. That was 4 kills. With 0. That was 4-0. And Windrunner, holy crap.
5? Yes, it's 5.
Ah, it's 5. Windrunner...
Windrunner.
Windrunner does get dropped by the Windrunner, but the Blink Dagger. Oh, Temple Assassin. Wow. So that evens out, well, the kills at least, and pushes them to even more of an advantage.
Yep, and that initiation from the Dire really didn't go as they expected, I think. I think they only expected to see about 2 or 3 heroes there and try to initiate on them from the front. And then suddenly there's a really farmed Alchemist coming from the back.
Yeah, it's the first time we've seen him do anything, I think.
Yeah, and he just pretty much destroyed that Invoker in a single stun, and there was no one even nearby to really notice it happening.
Yeah, he's level 17 now, so he has Chemical Range level 3. His base attack time is 1. So with an AC and a Shadow Blade, he attacks very quickly. His DPS isn't that amazing, but the Phase Boots, he doesn't have a really big DPS item, but Phase Boots plus Shadow Blade gives him enough DPS, and he attacks so fast. He screams for a Basher now. TA taking the Aegis in the mid here. They can't really do anything because Drow was dead. Or was it? It wasn't Drow, it was Windrunner who was dead.
I really think it is a basher we're going to see in the Alchemist. He's got 4,300 gold stashed.
Yeah, I think he's definitely farmed.
He wants to make something big, and as soon as he gets it, if he manages to actually participate in a fight properly, like he did in the last one, then he's just gonna completely destroy everything.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. The funny thing when you think about it, it's been pretty much 4v5. Alchemist was farming the entire game for like the last 15, 18 minutes. He's been farming, and it's been 4v5s in a big team fight, and the Radiant been doing fine. So now that he's going to join in, the Dire's going to be in a lot of trouble, and QQQ has his Aegis, has his BKB now, has a haste bottled up. I don't know what the Dire can do here. It seems like Radiant is going top, tier 2 top tower. For the bottom, it's the Dire, so it seems like it's going to be an equal trade of tier 2 towers. Unless we get TPs.
I think that the Dire, for the moment, is kind of okay with that, because what they really need is to get that gold going again. The reason they were doing good in the early to mid game is because they had such an advantage in gold on some of their heroes at least, but now they're really, really down on it. The Drow Rangers had 370 GPM, the Windrunner 350, whereas QQQ and Alchemist are both at 500.
Yeah, we can see Dire here. They're going for the tier 3, and they actually got it. They're getting Necrolite here.
Gets too close.
Drow Ranger gets a lot of dead DPS on her from Necrolite, but Alchemist is going to stun himself. Yes, he is, and he's going to drop as well. A huge blast just kills the creep wave again, and TA coming in finally deals a ton of damage. Kills Keeper. Darkseer still alive. Drow Ranger
is dead.
Is totally dead.
Or yes, he's
and QQQ chases nothing. So 4 heroes dead. I mean, actually, Invoker probably died as well. And
still a good trade because they've got the first racks, which is something that you wouldn't have expected at this stage of the game.
Wow.
With the advantage that they had gotten in such a short amount of time, you would have expected them to just group up and get racks uncontested. But It's the Dire picking up Rex. Decently uncontested, but then the Radiant did clean up after them and get 4
Yeah, they
kills.
did. They did get in there. So at a team fight, the Dire knows they can't really do too much right now because of the huge advantage. But they're doing exactly what they should be doing. They're getting that ground. This is 35 minutes, which is usually what when I say carries get scary, and the Radiant do have more carry potential here in this game. And the Dire is doing exactly as what they should be doing. They're pushing in, and they're getting some substantial ground, even though they're at a huge disadvantage. And we'll have to see if that's enough. I mean, that's just this one Rax on one tower and one lane, and his QQQ just went up and did a nice amount of damage with Desolator to the tower.
Yeah, the Dire's probably going to need 2 racks to really be completely comfortable in this game, because as we've also seen in the last week's episode, the Radiant team has an Alchemist. He doesn't really mind the fact that the bottom lane is, for a large part, Mega Creeps. He's still going to get a lot of farm of those.
I just wanted to say, Nikolite, Dagon 5 flying in, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, Dagon 5 is flying in for Nikolite.
Yep.
So we have a Dagon 5. We're good. We have a Dagon 5 in the pub game. We're good.
Our quota is met.
Yeah, that's it. We're happy for now. And Necrolite is farming. I mean, it's birding. He's farming at the bottom, while 4 Radiant heroes are at the mid, trying to go in, but not. They don't want to go in 4v5, so they're not doing that. Don't know why BurNIng isn't joining them. He now has Dagon 5, level 16 as well. So his combo of boom and then kill you should be very effective.
Well, there's one thing Necrolite still needs.
E-Blade.
E-Blade.
Well, let's see if he gets there. Which actually, with his current farm and with bottom lane killing 2, 1 Death Balls, yeah, he should be able to get it pretty soon. And the Radiant team on the top lane, again, Necrolite goes off to farm and they just don't want to push in.
Yeah, and they don't really have a reason to, because they're scaring the Dire team into their base, for once, actually. Which means that the Dire can't really farm freely, which means that they can't get back on this advantage that the Radiant has gotten.
Yeah, and item checks, we see that DS has a Scythe of Vice, which is very useful on him, and Alchemist went for a Mjolnir, which is interesting. So now he really attacks really fast. I mean, I don't think there's anything faster, actually, with when he activates his Chemical Rage. A base attack time of 1. He uses his stun on nothing. Yeah, he stuns himself. Anyway, at the top, QQQ gets picked off by everything. I don't know he's fine. So
You said picked off?
Yeah, I said picked off because I saw 4 Dire heroes. I said he's dead, but he's
that
fine.
was an Echo Slam that hit absolutely nothing because they got 4 staffs.
And Templar Assassin does jump in with... Oh, Perfect Shackle again. Perfect Shackle by Honey. Shaker is going to drop. Yes, he is. QQQ gets a lot of damage on him. And Crystal Maiden gets the kill. BurNIng
That's MLT.
as well dies. So, wow, that's 3 pickoffs by the Dire team. That's wonderful. I mean, they managed to get Necrolite, Earthshaker, and TA. DS is running away, Darkseer. Again, Alchemist...
Extension by Radiance, and just really good play by the Dire. They just caught them with that perfect shackle, with that ice wall, and managed to, what should have been 4 heroes chasing together, they still managed to pick them off one by one in some way.
Yeah, Alchemist was not there. He just went to the bottom, and we can see that, just as you said, he doesn't mind. He gets so much gold with the 30 gold cap on his extra bonus gold. We just saw a ton of money goes his way.
Is the buyback? No, he's gonna get a blade mail. Interesting.
Got a blade mail. Okay. So at the top, Fortification is going to slow them down. The entire Dire is here. Necrolite is still dead. Darkseer gets a lot of damage on him, and for some reason, Shaker blocks off Alchemist, who just at the really last half a second threw that concoction at Drow Illusion. Crystal Maiden's here. QQQ is going to destroy her. Alchemist gets the last hit with the concoction, and everybody else is going to run away. So they dealt a nice amount of damage. They're doing exactly what they should be doing. They're picking off someone and then pushing very hard and trying to get those racks that might win them the game. We're 27 kills here. Experience and gold. Wow, experience and gold both. 20k gold, almost 25k experience.
Got him, Alchemist.
Alchemist?
Alchemist
I was looking at TA. Yeah, I was looking at TA.
Can you get him? Can you get him? Can you get him?
No.
No, we can't. He's too slow. And QQQ burns a BKB charge for absolutely no reason. Because hey, I'm DK.
He does have a Chrysalis now. His BKB is at 7 seconds. And Alchemist, again, you said he'd get a Blade Mail, which is an interesting choice. It still screams for a Basher. Finally sold his Basilia String. So we're going to see what he gets next with his, how much? 500 GPM and net worth of 18k.
Yeah, the Blade Mail, it's an interesting decision because he thinks that it's going to do a lot of counter damage to the Drow if he wants to focus him. But the Drow pretty much at the same time finished her BKB, so she's actually probably not going to care.
BKB cancels the Blade Mail damage? Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Isn't it pure? I don't know, I trust you. You're the brain here.
I am the brain.
You are the brain. You are definitely the brain.
Well, of course, you can say that BKB doesn't last forever, so if she's forced to pop it, that maybe Alchemist gets some room to actually do some damage with that Blade Mail. But a Basher would have definitely been a lot more effective.
Mm-hmm. In terms of talking about Drow Ranger, she has a Shadow Blade and Manta style. She does have a BKB, but I mean, she does a ton of damage. Don't get me wrong, even though the marksmanship is doubled when there's no enemy heroes next to her. So that's not fully. But wow, at the mid we have a vacuum straight into the wall. Necrolite disintegrates as Crystal Maiden just falls here. Drow Ranger does do a lot of DPS here to DS, and she kills him. Alchemist. Wow, that was a Necklace Slam that did do a lot. Invoker.
He's got them the most important kills.
Yeah, Invoker manages to get away. They can. I'm pretty sure they can track him with that Necrolite, but
yeah, they actually can.
But Dust goes off against nothing. Invoker is fine. We have Windrunner Illusions here. And
the most odd thing was that Drow actually never used her BKB. I'm not sure what she was really waiting for, but she should have gotten it off, in which case the Echo Slam wouldn't have killed her and she would have been pretty much fine. Although most of the damage actually came from a meld hit that crit, since that's actually possible in Dota 2.
Yeah, and that pretty much destroys everything.
Indeed.
What I was saying about Drow before is she does do a lot of DPS as the nature of the hero, but she doesn't actually have any real DPS items. I mean, if she had a Daedalus right now, she would be obliterating the Radiant heroes very, very quickly. Even, I mean, not that they're not tanky, they're actually pretty tanky. TA is very tanky, Alchemist is huge. But she doesn't actually have a real DPS item. Most of them are survivability. I mean, BKB, Manta Style is also kind of a defensive item.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I'm not sure how much difference it really would have made. I mean, killing people faster is always great, but what the Drow really is dying to is either bad initiations, which is her teammates just using important abilities on not enough enemies, like not a very good Tornado EMP or such sort, or just being out of position, standing in dangerous places, like that last fight. Stood in the middle of the fight, didn't use her BKB, got Echo Slammed to death. That shouldn't happen.
Well, she was out of position now because she's at the top farming. Well, it was a 4v5 at the Radiant Forest, but that didn't actually engage. The Radiant didn't engage. I don't know why. They totally should have. And there'd be a slaughter, I think, without Drow.
Well, it depends. If you remember the little chase on the top lane, if they had initiated and the Dire would have played it defensively, ran away with their 4 stops through some great ice walls and shackles, they might have even gotten their own kill off it. Who knows, really?
Still, I don't know why the Radiant were scared to initiate there. I mean, everyone was there. I don't know. It's weird.
What I'm not sure about is okay, this is why. I was wondering why the Radiant hasn't been pushing. I mean, they can.
Roshan.
The Dire has a decently defensive team fight lineup.
Necrolite now. Yeah, Necrolite picked off at the middle. Seer with a wall that does absolutely nothing.
That doesn't help their pushing potential either.
And Alchemist again on illusion. And he is just standing there with Frostbite. And he gets away. Alchemist is incredibly difficult to kill while he is in chemical range. And at the bottom lane, wow, we weren't looking, but the bottom lane Drow Ranger got the tower.
That's the top lane, actually.
The top lane, I'm sorry. So, okay, so they got the tower. That's interesting. And Roshan hasn't actually fallen to the Radiant.
Yeah, it's probably not intentional, but it was a really timely gank on BurNIng by the Dire, because if this Roshan would have gone uncontested to the Radiant, which, well, considering the Dire's warding, it probably wouldn't have anyway, but if it did, they could have been able to push pretty easily.
Yeah, and the Dire are going over Roshan now.
And this Drow really does need an Aegis, actually.
Yeah, she has DD now, so now she has a DPS.
Well, she always has the DPS. It's more the question of can she get it off.
And she does have a Chrysalis coming in now, and the Aegis, and the DD. So the DD will wear off. She's okay now. She might be much scarier, I think.
Yeah, but once again, it's gonna come down to whether she can position herself properly, get that BKB off for a change. She actually hasn't used it.
She hasn't used it at all. Yeah.
And whether the rest of her team can get their team fight skills off properly. Because she can do great amount of damage, but she has to actually do damage in order to do a lot of damage. That's all.
Her slime kills everything, and Drow's Aegis pops. What is she doing so far in?
It shouldn't happen.
Exactly what you said. Now she's her BKB, but she drops to 5 heroes on top of her. That was... She buys back immediately, but that was... bad.
I don't like what the idea behind that was, which would be her sitting back, sitting kind of in the front at a decent range with her team behind her to counter-initiate. So that would be a little bit safer for them to siege these racks. But that wasn't how it happened.
That was horrible. That was
The
such
idea
a
was
waste.
good, the execution not so much.
That was just horrible. She's now... She has a Chrysalis. No Aegis, obviously. She's invisible at the top lane here. I guess she might want... I mean, the timing has been working amazingly. Execution on proper plays, not so much. But the timings, again, you said with the middle with the BurNIng's gank, the timing is going very well for the Dire.
Just waits just a little bit. She might be able to backdoor these racks.
Yeah, but her invisibility is gone, and QQQ sees her. She went into Shadowblade, but they have nothing. Okay, she's sheep sticked up, and oh right, I forgot completely that TA has a gem. Yeah, there's a gem on TA. So again, she gets picked off. No buyback this time. No money, and there's also 3 minutes until she can actually buy back. I think Drow Ranger just lost this game in 2 really horrible plays.
Yeah, that's completely possible, and the Radiant agrees. They're just going for it right now.
Again,
there is
BurNIng
the best Alchemist.
With BurNIng farming.
Oh, BurNIng, why are you farming again?
He's burning.
Well, at least he got boost travel, so it doesn't really matter. He's just counter pushing this lane so he can TP in.
Yeah, I'm actually you. I'm actually hearing you pretty badly right now.
Well, I'm not really sure what I can do about that.
Yeah, okay, we'll disconnect the call if it gets too bad, but it's fine. Hopefully people can actually understand what you're saying. And wow, Alchemist, so fast, attacks so fast. And yeah, this is it seems like that Drow, DS does drop to everything here, but Drow just lost this game. Just did, with 2 really horrible plays.
And the racks are already down.
Temple Assassin goes Crystal Maiden. I don't think they can really do anything. Alchemist is going to get stunned here, and he does have the Basher, like we said. Even if he drops, this is... Wow, beautiful Shackle. And Shaker comes in, everything. Wow.
That was a lot of damage.
Yeah. Dagon
And now
just-
the Ranger's back, but she's alone, so she still can't do
yeah, she
anything.
can't do anything here. Templar Assassins are going to just go take off top tower. I really think that Dire had a chance. They really had a shot here, especially with Dry Ranger picking up that Chrysalis, having the Aegis, and that was just such a misplay going in there.
Yep,
I mean-
it's pretty fair to say that that one play is lost in the game.
Sad to see, sad to see. And again, the Radiant have been at a huge lead in terms of experience and goal this entire time, but the Dire were the ones pushing in all the time, which was exactly what they should have been doing. I mean, the advantage has been to the Radiant, and when they're at such a huge advantage, you have to get some ground that will help you snowball into winning, and that's exactly Rax. Getting ground is getting Rax, and they tried and they actually succeeded at the bottom lane. At the top, pretty much, but that play with Drow, that just this is done.
Yep.
Really done. As we come in, there's in this minute or two again a beautiful shackle by Honey, which in my book he gets the MVP here. I mean, those are amazing shackles throughout the game, I think.
Yeah, that's really fair to say. She really made so much happen with, not really with the direct impact in fights, but the way she just prevented the Radiant team from being as, well, quite as pub stompy as they really had potential to be.
So as this game ends, we're going to see. Let's see BurNIng's GPM. That's the most important thing in this entire game. BurNIng's GPM. It's not the highest by a long shot. Alchemist has better.
Yeah, that's what you kind of gotta expect from an Alchemist.
So that was an interesting game, to say the least. That was a really try to come back there. The Dire team, and just failing horribly with that Drow. I just feel bad. I just feel bad for them. I think I'm gonna disconnect the call and then call you back because I'm just hearing you badly. Okay?
Okay.
That was the end call sound, and I'm gonna call him immediately. Toot. Onin?
Are we better? Test 1, 2, 3.
I think we are.
That's good.
Yes.
Then we can blame it all on Skype.
Yeah. Might be my computer though. Who knows? I think we're better. Might be worse or weird. Anyway, loading up the second game now. What we have for you today. You got it at 2 minutes?
Yep.
Okay, hold on. I'm not yet. So as we go into the second game, just a second. Two. Hold on, and I am at. Come on. Damn replay system. And 2 minutes. Okay, ready?
Yes, I am.
3, 2, 1, play. So as we go into this second game, we have on the Radiant team. Actually, no. Let's start with the Dire. Okay, now they picked someone. So on the Radiant team, we have Queen of Pain going mid here. Beastmaster at the top. What, Onin?
Queen of Pain played by DK.BurNIng.
Yeah. Oh, right. It's
Under his Smurf name.
I forgot. It's his Smurf name. Bit by bit. So that's DK.BurNIng. Something in Japanese, I guess. Beastmaster. Luna, something in Japanese. Letters, characters, whatever.
I think it's Japanese, but
Who knows?
Yeah,
we don't know Asian. Again, we have Smiley Face on Gyrocopter, along with the Witch Doctor with Japanese letters. And for the Dire team, Undying. I love Undying. Always interesting here to see. Kunkka, NA at the mid. Drow Ranger again at the top with a Vengeful Spirit this time.
indeed.
Yeah.
So for once we see BurNIng mid actually, which I don't know if he does play BurNIng. He does play Queen of Pain occasionally, and I think he usually goes mid with her.
Yeah, she's a mid-hero. I mean,
Well, she's pretty much a hero for any lane you want her in. She can off-lane solo, she can safe lane solo, she can safe lane farm. Although that's probably your least effective position.
yeah, what I really don't know here is against Nyx Assassin. I mean, Nyx Assassin. I keep saying Nyx Assassin. NA mid-hero?
Well, the thing with NA is he's not the greatest mid laner, as in he's not the greatest guy at establishing lane dominance and potentially killing. But he is the kind of hero that you usually want to get a lot of experience on, and as fast as possible you want him to be level 6 and level 11 because of that amazing ultimate and the ganking potential that he gets. So it's kind of the same way people often lane Magnetor mid. It's just kind of a concession. You need the experience. You kind of got to deliver on the lane control with it.
Yeah, in this case, the experience is more important than the gold, and maybe the bottle charge, the rune. And at the top we have Vengeful Spirit, still alive here.
Not for
And they're going to
long,
need First Blood, but Drow picks off
a
Luna.
trade.
Yeah, but the First Blood does go to the Radiant. And Beastmaster wants Drow? Does a lot of damage, but he can follow up. No one has boots. She can't do much.
This Drow is a kind of surprising skill build. He's got 2 points of Frost Arrow and 1 in stats.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean... Okay, and we have Undying killing Gyrocopter and Kunkka, so we have a trade at the bottom lane. Undying barely making it out. And as we put up the last hits and denies, we can see that the mid Queen of Pain has the best by far, with Nyx Assassin not doing that well. He did get haste, but he has no bottle. Now bottle's probably coming in. Yes, he is. So yeah, as you said, NA in the middle. You want the levels up, and you want the rune that can help him. I mean, he's a very strong ganker, obviously. And that's why he went mid. Is he going to drop here to Queen of Pain? No. One last hit. She does not have a blink up. And he almost dies.
Just in time.
Yeah, he almost dies to Shadow Strike.
That's a really nice timing for him.
Very lucky timing.
Pretty fortunate.
So how's everybody doing? Gyrocopter doing very well at the bottom lane. Almost as on par with Drow Ranger at the top.
Well, he's a ranged hero with really good harassment potential up against 2 melee heroes on the off lane. And there's being pulled for him, so he should be doing pretty fine.
Yeah, and we have actually... He put up that homing missile. And that doesn't...
It's chasing Undying, but Undying...
Undying has no HP, so he's going to die from this if it reaches him. Oh...
He's gonna be... Oh, it's actually got killed. But even if it wouldn't have been killed, he would have reached the fountain more than in time.
I don't think
it's
so.
It's a level 1 homing missile. It does 110 damage at max.
Oh. Oh, okay. Then yeah, you're right. It's level 1.
And this
and
Luna...
at the top, Luna does drop. Wow, to a stun and silence, and she can't do anything. Luna has very, very low base HP. So it's easy to pick her off with that reduction of armor that Wave of Terror provides. Slow arrows by Drow Ranger, and she does drop. Drow Ranger, again, like you said, has 1 point in silence, but 3 frost arrows, which is weird. And
Gyrocopter just got level 6, so he immediately got a kill on the Kunkka.
Yeah, Kunkka and Undying doing very poorly at the bottom lane.
Which is kind of to be expected, with 2 melees against 1 ranged. But you should be making as much of it as you can anyway, and getting killed 3 times and making the most of it.
And Queen of Pain has a no talisman, her boots of speed, and a bottle. So the runes are going her way. She has invisibility now, which is wasted. And NA has bottle sent up with the crow. Well, not a crow, a donkey with wings, whatever. And he has boots. Is she thinking of an aggressive jump here? Yes, she is with Witch Doctor. Oh, perfect by Carapace, and they back off.
Yep, that's also pretty useful for soloing mid these days. It makes it just a little bit safer. A lot harder to get killed by the more powerful mid solos.
And he's actually doing very well against Queen of Pain here in the middle. but she backs off with a blink. He went 100% Impale. I would think that he could scale Mana Burn a little bit earlier and then prevent Queen of Pain from harassing him so much. He didn't do that though. Witch Doctor at the bottom getting Kunkka. Undying here. Gyrocopter very low HP, but Undying can't do anything about it. And he survives. Vengeful's here.
Vengeful he gets.
And NA is here. And they're gonna pick off Witch Doctor. He's still alive, and he does die.
The Undying tried to come back to just help with killing one of them, but yeah, that actually helped by making the Witch Doctor too greedy.
Yeah.
Witch Doctor wanted that Undying, didn't get him, and got killed. And I don't agree with leveling Mana Burn on Nyx Assassin simply because the only thing that scales when you level Mana Burn is the mana cost goes lower and the cooldown goes lower.
I'm sorry, I'm still thinking of Mana Burn as the good Mana Burn, the one that actually works and doesn't suck. This one...
Well, this one doesn't suck anymore. The only downside really to it is that it's a lot of mana in the early game. Nyx's mana pool isn't all that great, and you really just want it for Vendetta and Impale, and a 130 mana cost Mana Burn isn't all that amazing.
Yeah,
Funniest thing is that if you want to spam your Mana Burn on int heroes, you're out of mana faster than they are.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's nice that it does. I'd say it's maximum damage very early. At the bottom lane we have Witch Doctor did get the Malphus on Malphus. That's the name, right? Maledict. I'm sorry. Gyrocopter manages to pick them off.
Yeah, that's triple kill. That's the power of that flag cannon. The Vengeful just didn't see that coming. She thought, oh, I'm low HP, but he's attacking the Undying, so I'm fine. Nope, flag cannon hits everyone.
Wow, that just destroyed him. He was left with so little HP. And Kunkka also has the Maledict on him. At the top we have Beastmaster and Luna picking off Dry Rangers. So much going on that we're missing happening.
Yes, in fact. And Beastmaster, of course he didn't need to use a roar because he didn't have it yet. Now he does, so that Drow's gonna be even more in danger on that lane. I'm not sure how he actually got caught out that much.
And he's got his haste now, and he's level 7. So Impales does maximum damage, Mana Burn I'd say does maximum damage, and Vendetta is powerful.
Yep.
And we have Gyrocopter dealing a lot of damage to Kunkka with his ultimate and a homing missile. NA is here. Queen of Pain. Survives with a blink.
What did that Nyx hit with his Vendetta? Was that the crow? The hawk from the Beastmaster? I think it was.
I don't know, I did not catch that.
That's pretty sad. BurNIng it's nothing.
Misses with his sound wave.
He's just frustrated that Undying didn't die.
Yeah, Undying is left with no HP all the time. That's so annoying.
Yeah, it's actually kind of surprising. This Undying hasn't scaled a single point into DK, which is usually the thing that makes him the most durable, but giving so much bonus strength in ganks and such.
You usually want one level of decay. Actually, that's the first skill most people skill, because the really low mana cost and the strength steal is the same. The damage does scale, but the strength steal is what's really interesting here and makes him incredibly janky.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a little bit of switched lanes. Queen of Pain is at the top now. Again with Drow and Vengeful still here, but for the Radiant the switch has happened. Luna's in the mid, trying to farm up a bit because he hasn't been doing that well.
Yeah, she really needs to get at least a few items up so that she can start farming more safely.
And Beastmaster at the bottom, Undying, died.
So it's just the Gyrocopter's call down, which with its huge AoE slow that sets up all these skills.
Yeah, and Gyrocopter has a Hand of Midas now. So that's an interesting pick for Gyrocopter. I don't see him... Well, you don't see him a lot, period, but when I do, I don't see Midas on him. In most cases.
Yeah, Gyrocopter has pretty much been played only as a carry in competitive after, well, the time when no one ever used him. And Midas also recently, especially in China, really popular because people just realize how much of a significant difference, and also a very early difference it makes.
Yeah, and Drow also has a Midas at the top lane, but Vengeful drops like immediately. Drow Ranger did take the tower at the top, Beautiful stun here by NA. And failboat! Failboat!
That was just barely out of the AoE. Not sure if he could have aimed it much farther, but
And Undying overextends here alone against 4 heroes and dies. Just drops.
gets destroyed by an Eclipse.
Yeah. Which was unnecessary, I think. They were 4v1.
He probably thought he wasn't going alone, but usually when you're alone among 4 enemy heroes, your allies aren't there.
Mm.
I'm stating the obvious as much as possible here because that was pretty obvious, Mr. Undying. Shouldn't have overextended so much.
Yeah, Jar Ranger is doing well. She got the tower at the top. She has Midas. She has her treads now, so her last hitting is also pretty much on par with Gyrocopter.
Yep.
And
Compared to the Jar Ranger of the last game, she's actually pretty close to the top of the chart with 400 GPM.
Queen of Pain destroying both Vengeful Spirit and Kunkka here with a beautiful sound wave. Hits both of them. NA here.
She's
She's gonna go for it. No, she isn't.
Pretty nice bait of the Carapace. Usually when you look forward like that, you want to scream, so you Carapace that, and then you don't scream in the place of the Carapace.
The Carapace is so annoying though. That
Yeah.
thing. And Gyrocopter at the top, silenced up. Drow doesn't want to go for him because she's scared, and rightfully so. He's level 11. He is scary, even when silenced.
Yeah, he can just, his damage is decently competitive with Drows at this point, and once the silence wears off, he just comes in close, click Rocket Barrage, clicks Flakland, and
Well, he ults up that misses, he gets the creeps pretty much.
well, it's not the worst thing to use your cooldown on. It's not a very high cooldown ultimate, so
Yeah, well, it's very low. It's actually 50 seconds right now at level 2, and he's going to get the tower at the top.
together with
So far the Radiant pretty dominant here. 5,000, both golden experience pretty much.
Yep, BurNIng is making a lot happen here. And not just BurNIng and MMY together.
I don't know if the Dire can come back from this. I mean, they have, I don't know, in terms of potential. It's pretty close. Drow Ranger is very strong, and they're going to go here. At the top, what's going to happen? Come on, BurNIng, jump in, BurNIng. Yell at them, come on. Yell at them. Ult goes off to Undying, the Tombstone does go down. Undying, ult hits everything by Gyrocopter. Failboat does actually reach Witch Doctor. Undying drops the Witch Doctor finally. Gyrocopter is going to drop here. Manages to take off Kunkka with him. Buyback by Witch Doctor. Eclipse hits everything.
One guy, actually.
One guy, but everybody else was dead already, so the Dire definitely losing this one. They picked off Gyrocopter, which is a very nice pickoff, but Witch Doctor brought back. So not really great engagement for the Dire.
No, they were definitely looking for a more favorable gank rather than a 5-man team fight. Or 4-man, I guess, because... No, it was 5-man, actually.
Kind of. And yeah, Queen of Pain, item check, ultimate orb on, going for a Scythe of Vice probably. Gyrocopter with his Claymore, probably going for a Shadow Amulet, I'm guessing. Witch Doctor, Shadowblade Amulet.
Thank you.
Both.
Both, definitely both. But not necessarily in that order. NA has his Null Talisman, but nowhere near his Dagon. And Kunkka has nothing. Has Phase Boots.
Yep.
Undying has nothing. The Dire, Vengeful has nothing. Drow has, again, her Midas. Oh, she does have a Mithril Hammer, though.
Yeah, she really needs that BKB really fast to make anything happen in this game. You ask whether Dire has any chance to get back. It's nice that their Drow has some good farm. That's definitely going to be a help to them. And the Nyx is not as much farming a lot, but being a good presence in... well, pretty much everything. He's ganking all around. He's really active and really efficient in team fights. He's pretty good at shutting BurNIng down. But the real issue is the Kunkka has nothing, the Undying has nothing, so their two best team fight heroes pretty much aren't going to deliver all that much.
And there's a
These guys really
nice. Yeah, Undying again. Tombstone. Oh, this time they're gonna get Beastmaster. Or are they gonna get Beastmaster? Gyrocopter's ultimate, Beastmaster dies, Vengeful Spirit lives, Gyrocopter drops to Drow Ranger, and Vengeful picked up by Queen of Pain. Ult jumps in, can't do anything because of the Spike Carapace, silenced up and does die. So there you go, that's the Dire. That's what the Dire needs.
Yeah, the Dire needs the Radiant to get a little bit overconfident and fight in disadvantageous numbers. Because that was a 4v3 with one of them already picked off at the start.
And as we look at Luna here, she's been farming this time. She has Helm of Dominator and Aquila so far. She's very low HP as Luna, just the nature of the hero here. Her farm is okay. I mean, she's picking up. She's nowhere near the top of the chart though.
Yeah, but she doesn't need to be, because the Gyrocopter is... She's kind of just a secondary carry on the team right now, sort of a semi-carry, where BurNIng and MMY are going to do the brunt of the damage. She's going to add a little bit of extra. She has that great aura for her other range carry allies.
And Eclipse is always nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Beastmaster we see up with Mechanism, so he's going to be a support here.
And the BKB is done for Drow Ranger, so she's going to be a lot safer in team fights now.
And she might actually deal that DPS as she has been at that last fight. And NA at the bottom here, just a mana burn. Doesn't want to go for Gyrocopter, knows that he can't really kill him that easily. He doesn't have his Dagon yet. He's almost has his Dagon. Staff of Wizard User. I'm sorry, I'm still losing you sometimes a little bit.
I think that's because I'm talking through you.
No, I'm just losing what you're saying mid-sentence. Oh well, Skype. Hopefully.
That's because I'm cutting off my sentences mid-sentence because you're talking. No, it's okay.
Okay, so as we continue here, at the bottom, NA still trying to farm up his Dagon against the Gyrocopter. And we're going to see if anything here happens. He has his Vendetta up.
He's also wants
to shout.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, that was some...
Perfect Spike Carapace.
Yeah, that was really good reactions.
Vendetta, so he's invisible. And they have no detection.
It's actually an Invis rune, but same effect.
Rune, yeah. And the Queen of Pain gets the regeneration at bottom. So, Kunkka finally has a Ring of Health. Vengeful still has nothing, because she's Vengeful. Undying still has nothing. And if we look at the levels, really, I want to take a look. So we have Gyrocopter and Queen of Pain topping that chart, and everybody on the Dire is below, except for NA and Drow, are below 10. So if we look at the experience graph, it's about 7,000. It's about 7,000. But level 2 ultimates here, that's what I want to look at. Vengeful Spirit gets that really boost in range for her ultimate, Kunkka's Boat, and Undying. I don't know. I don't think they can really easily come back from this. They need those levels. They're really important levels, those 10 and 11.
Yeah, especially for the Vengeful. For the Kunkka and Undying, what the level 11 itself isn't. What's this drought?
Yeah, what the hell is she doing? She just got picked off very easily. Undying now jumping in, but this is...
Yeah, and that just means they can't get this tower now.
What the hell was that? Undying drops immediately, but wow. A lot of DPS for Gyrocopter.
Yes.
A lot of DPS for Gyrocopter from NA. With that Dagon.
It's actually not the worst trade for the Dire, even though that was a really bad play.
Yeah, that Drow... Why do we keep seeing Drows with horrible plays? What the hell's going on?
I don't know.
Drow players, get better.
Well, if this was something usual for Drow, then she wouldn't be the highest win right here in pubs. So I don't think it's fault.
I'm disappointed, man. Well, Queen of Pain almost has her sheep stick up for BurNIng, and she's
okay. It's not going to do enough damage.
No, none of them can actually do anything, so she just backs off. Kunkka and Venge are here, but she blinks away. Witch Doctor has a Shadow Amulet.
Yeah, Kunkka actually has Vanguard, so he's a lot more tanky at this point. He's going to be able to for a little bit longer. Well, that's really going to be helpful with the few questionable torrents. Remains to be seen, but it's better.
The question is it going to be a fail boat or not? That's the main question. And personally, I'm terrible. I mean, Kunkka is such a good hero, and I'm so bad with the boat. I always fail with the boat. And if it hits, it's amazing. I mean, it's a great stun, it's a nice damage, and if it can hit so much, it can hit everything.
Yeah, you also got to keep in mind that even if you miss the vote, you always get the Coco Rum, which is actually pretty decent with, well, let's first just see.
Yeah, we can see Vengeful picked up by him here.
Gets healed.
And
wow, that was...
Eclipse up. Witch Doctor Ultimate does a lot of damage, but that's about it.
Also gets killed.
Yeah, Drow gets him along with NA.
And the Beastmaster just TPs out just before the torrent hits.
Mm-hmm. So the Dire, this has been beneficial for the Dire.
Yeah, that's the burst damage that this Nyx Assassin can do is really paying off right now.
Now that he has his Dagon, and he almost has Dagon too. I mean, if he chooses to buy that.
I hope not, because it's not the greatest, it's not the best scaling item. Dagon 2 is kind of excusable, but further than that is pretty much because you want Dagon 5.
What the hell are you talking about, dude? Dagon 5, every game, every hero. It's a pub, come on, what are you talking about? Doesn't scale well?
Dagon is still legit, and Dagon 5 is the pub item. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
It's okay, I'm sorry I lashed out at you. Dagon, you said that it's viable. Dagon 1? I don't know. I still don't like that item in an actual game.
Well, it's pretty much you need to have a plan with the item. It's a great item to have if you really just need it in order to pick someone off really quickly. If there is one decently squishy hero, preferably something like like a Queen of Pain or like a Luna. A kind of hero that usually doesn't get a lot of HP, doesn't get magic immunity, and really just has to die really quickly. And that's actually been paying off for this Nyx really well. Part of the reason why they're doing well in fights is because of how quickly the Nyx can pick people off.
And we have a pause and a resume and a pause. Hopefully this will finish up quickly. Show some manner. If we look at the draw range, she does have her BKB. She's level 16, and she has a nice amount of farm. And she's coming in a second. Hopefully this won't be long.
Actually, sorry.
That's fine. And Undying is working, has his Hood of Defiance, working towards his pipe.
Yeah, which means that pretty soon both the Undying and the Kunkka are actually gonna be useful in team fights. The Kunkka is level 11. He's got his second level of both, even though it's not the biggest difference. It's always nice. And Undying finally has decay.
Yeah, he finally leveled up to get his. I mean, he didn't get decay so far. That's such a strong. I mean, this Undying questionable play this entire game. I have to say.
It's often just a sign of someone who hasn't played Undying pretty often, because it's always a little bit odd and a little bit difficult to find out from just looking at these skills which of them is going to be the most effective. Yeah. It's the same with Dazzle. People generally
don't get Shallow Grave.
Well, maybe they don't get Shallow Grave, but pretty often you see people max heal first, because they think, I support, I gotta heal, but the heal scales really badly, whereas the poison scales really well.
And that was a initiate reversed here by the Dire. They jumped in, the board did so much slow on Undying, he couldn't do anything. Fail boat completely. And
yeah, this is pretty much a standoff, and I'm not really sure for what, because none of these teams are trying to go for Roshan, I don't think.
Yeah, not at this point. Not at this point.
So that was just two teams thinking they want to gank, and then thinking maybe not.
NA...
it's the gank.
Yeah, Queen of Pain comes in here, she has it, well, she just picks him off. with her full combo. Has a sheep stick now, so it's very easy for her.
The sound of your death.
Yep, no spike carapace to ruin everything today.
With that sheep stick, he can't do much.
And the Nyx has actually picked up a level 2 Dagon.
Hell yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
Level 2 is still legit. It's gotta get a level 5.
We'll see as Dire tier 2 here drops, and they want more. They want more, and they can totally get more.
Probably.
Easily get more.
Yeah, the Dire could maybe contest, but what they're really lacking is some kind of turtling mechanics. Really,
Well,
and
Undying's Tombstone will do a lot of damage unless he completely gets demolished. Vengeful Tear swaps pretty ineffectively, dies as well. Kunkka's
tries to
both,
save and ends up killing herself as well, and the Kunkka also a little bit too. But he's pretty tanky. Can he?
his
Nope.
boat actually hit, but yeah, he dies. They just go in. They just don't care. No one dead for the Radiant. Luna's gonna finally drop to a Vendetta and a Dagon and everything, but in a Spike Carapace. And Gyrocopter gets him, Draw Ranger.
Also gets this stick of burning is making such a huge difference right here. And there goes the Rax. So the Drow actually picked up an Eagle Song, so she's doing a lot of damage right now.
Wow.
But everything just came down to sheeping the Nyx Assassin, picking him off, then sheeping the Undying, picking him off, and then sheeping the Draw Ranger so she can escape either.
Is the Radiant gonna go for the... Gyrocopter also has an Eagle Song here. They could go for Rosh, but they don't do that. They don't have Luna, and BM was just gonna come back, so...
I think they just want mid tower, or maybe only Doctor wants the mid tower, which is... He's not the greatest solo pusher in the game, I must say.
Yeah, they don't have the bonus damage and attack speed from Beastmaster and Luna. And now, after are going for Roshan, that is.
With a DD and a gyro, who's doing quite a bit of damage. He's got his butterfly. At 26 minutes.
Gyro's coming in. Not fast enough.
This failboats. But there.
Gyro ultimate destroys it. Wow. He just obliterated everything with a DD.
Yep, he still had that DD, and there's the sheep rampage.
There's the rampage. That's the Gyro rampage right there.
And that's what you pick Gyrocopter for.
Wow, ult hits everything, Flame Cannon destroys everything.
Because why attack only one target when you can click Flame Cannon and attack everyone?
Whew. Well, this is going to be mid-rax and pretty sure the game. As Smiley Face marches on to victory.
Smiley Face helicopter, pretty good guy.
That's a Rufflecopter right there.
Indeed it is.
Well, actually, a Rufflecopter would be if he had Dagon himself. But, yeah, it's fine. Beastmaster ults in, destroys Undying, and Vengeful dies again. Kunkka with a boat that may actually hit just Luna. Damn. And that stun is going to come in. Gyrocopter just buying items. He has 4k. Just buys a BKB. I guess. Why the hell not?
Why would you buy BKB at this stage of the game?
I don't know. He wants to be safe while he's killing the Ancient? I really don't know. Jar Ranger shows her DPS though with the BKB. Not that it matters by this point.
Nope. She's just making sure everyone knows that it's not her fault that she let
Gyrocopter shows that he has a BKB as well. Killing everything. Really everything. 3 triple kill. Queen of Pain is going to claim Kunkka, so it's not going to be a quadruple kill.
It's pretty much just the two of them. Beastmaster only arrives now again.
Yeah, Gyrocopter and Queen of Pain pretty much won this game, and he has so much money, has a whole Dominator now.
Doesn't even make him a Mask of Madness.
Yep,
Such
this is
point.
a GG. If we look at the graph one last second, we can see this 30k experience and 25k gold. Try hard next time when against Burning and Die.
And there's a game which shows that we don't only have BurNIng on DK who can carry like a boss, we also have MMY who can carry like a boss.
Well, yeah, that was pretty much it for the game. So, as we close off this game, we have one more for you. One more short game for you, which is... We kind of have to show this game, I think. I mean, not that I feel bad showing it, but we kind of have to. I mean, I'm guessing you know what I'm talking about.
Of course I know what you're talking about.
This is going to be BurNIng doing what BurNIng does best, which is farm like a damn Chinese rice farmer. And as we jump up to 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2, just a second. Onin, you're loading up, I hope.
I'm already there.
You're fast at this.
Yeah, man.
You're fast at loading replays. Okay, I'm in 2 minutes. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. And let's go back to the game for my beautiful, beautiful face. BurNIng has Faceless Void. That's all I have to say, really. He has some Japanese letters or whatever, but that's BurNIng, I promise.
Why do you think BurNIng would be writing in Japanese as opposed to Chinese letters? That's
Chinese letters. I don't know. I just when I see letters, I say Japanese. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm totally racist towards Asians. I am totally racist. Everything's Japanese. Okay, so in terms of heroes, we still have 4 and 4. But we start off with BurNIng as Faceless Void, which really, this is really all that matters. At the middle, we have TA, Spirit Breaker going top. We have a Darkseer who just got in the game, and a Jakiro, or Yakiro, as you say.
Ikaro.
Yakiro?
Yes.
It's Jakiro, but the J just works here. It's Jakiro, it's not Yakiro.
It's semantics. Something.
On the dire side, we have Ursa, Invoker mid. Is this going to be is this like the third TA versus Invoker mid?
We didn't have an Invoker mid last game, so it's only the second.
That lineup, it's always Invoker versus TA mid. Jesus.
Oh, they're two of the most popular heroes at this point, especially in pubs, since they're so individual. Don't have to rely on your team when you're a TA with a blink or an Invoker with everything.
We have OD at the top, which is a hero I'm dying to see in actual pro games because he's so cool. I really like him. And Enigma at the forest, very normal. At the bottom we have Ursa died First Blood. That was a haste by Jakiro, I see. And they just destroyed him, I guess. And there was also a time walk used to slow him down. So Ursa just picked off First Blood. Didn't go to Faceless Void, right? Who did it go to? It went to DS. So let's open up Last Hits and Denies tab and see how BurNIng destroys everything, pretty much.
Well, right now he isn't.
He's going to destroy it from level 1. Come on, First Blood.
Man, he's already 2 last hits behind the TA.
I'm disappointed. What a
One
noob.
last hit now.
I'm disappointed. Such a noob. And we have Vengeful Spirit here. Wants to ward up, I'm guessing.
Or just wants to chase the Darkseer away. Not sure exactly why.
Yeah, and Jakira's gonna slow her down here. Stuns on Jakiro, and Void finally time walking in. It's gonna be Void. Void who gets him. Okay. So I think this qualifies as a pub stop. Well, but it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning.
Yeah, it's just this Vengeful making some questionable plays.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if she wanted to ward down there, then why didn't she ward down there?
And
That's
Jakiro.
pretty much the question.
Jakiro's kind of Vengeful can't actually get to him with a stun. Or can she? And we have a short pause here. It'll be just 1 second, so we're going to just talk through it. I don't know about this lane, Ursa and Vengeful at the bottom. I mean, Vengeful stuns, then Ursa can demolish things, I guess, but they can't do much against Jakiro.
Yeah, this is the kind of lane that's more out of necessity than anything else, because looking at the Dire's lineup, otherwise OD would have had to solo this, and that's
And
even
wow,
worse.
just Jakiro's
Although-
Ice Bath.
It's a question whether it can get worse than this at this point.
Ursa...
Just run away!
Yeah, what is he doing? Dude, go back. And Faceless Void picks it off. So, he doesn't have as many last hits on creeps, but he does have 3 kills.
He's got good last hits on heroes.
Yeah.
So he did miss one.
He did miss one, the first one. I'm telling you, he missed the first blood. He's such a noob. BurNIng. BurNIng.
Yeah, call him the best farmer, can't even farm heroes.
Yeah.
Am I right? I'm actually not right.
And at the middle... Oh yeah, Ursa switched to the Forest because, I'm not doing very well at the bottom, so he switched to the Forest. Leaving Vengeful here alone, which I don't think can do anything, really. It's just Ursa and Enigma at the Dire side.
It's
Juggle.
it's one of those concessions. If someone has to feed, make it the Vengeful, because Vengeful has a good level 1 stun.
Yeah.
So if she stays level 1 forever, then I guess that's okay.
And at the middle we talked about it the first game, Invoker going Extort for that DPS, which is the second of the possible choices that we usually see against the TA. So his HP is really low, but he's getting last hits okay against the TA, I guess. I mean, TA is better, but... Oh, and we can see
and he
him...
actually gets picked off
He gets
easily.
picked off. Yeah. I don't know what that was about. Well, TA just turned 6, but hasn't actually... She just turned 6, so she didn't have slow. He just stood there and tried to take her, I guess.
Yep. He thought that the Cold Snap into Sunstrike combo would do, well, any damage at all, but she has Refraction.
Yeah,
that
Refraction.
usually stops any damage. And there's also the reason that I disagree with the Exhort build in this case, that there's not really that much to combo it off. I mean, this Venge is never going to stun anything. You might be able to combo it off of Outworld Destroyers, Astral Imprisonment, but it's really questionable how much ganks OD is going to do.
Yeah.
So where's that Sunstrike going to be useful? Pretty much nowhere, so why level Exhort first? Go the Exhort build, sure, but get Quas first, so you can actually stay on lane here.
Against the TA, definitely. And Faceless Void at the bottom. Midas, 4 minutes and a bit. So,
He's gonna actually get a little bit of contest now, because there's an Enigma who's got level 4 and the Soul Ring. So he's gonna be a decent offlaner, and
he's level 6, he can just chrono them.
possibly, and he's just farming the Eidolons.
Yeah, it's more farm for him.
Sure, man. You're you got your Midas already, you're amazing farmer, have some more. Let's not delay the inevitable.
Yeah, he's not going to be contested by Islands, it's just more farm for BurNIng. And the Ice Path finally goes off, but Jakiro's been here for so long. Is he going to jump in? He can definitely jump in and chrono if he wants to. Doesn't? Okay, does finally. Vengeful drops. And Sunstrike does hit him, but doesn't do enough damage.
The Jakiro actually stole the last hit.
Yeah. And Enigma can't really do anything. So
Stop.
Void is happy with no HP, but he's happy. Actually, he has a flask, not using it for some reason. Gets stunned by Enigma.
I think he was baiting, and it's working.
It's totally working. Ventral's dead. Enigma is going to... Darkseer. Lost his Iron Shell. Ursa picks him off.
What's he doing?
Yeah. Faceless Void finally used the salve, so he's okay, but Ursa can't really do much. Ursa's level 4 and has nothing. And Void has boots finally in a ring of health. And at the top we can see OD is going to die very quickly to a DDTA. And what I wanted to say earlier is that OD is actually outlast hitting, not farming by a long shot, but outlast hitting Void. So he's having fun at the top lane against Barathrum, against Spirit Breaker.
Yep. Well, not anymore now that he's actually getting ganked.
Yeah, now he's getting
So
ganked.
he has rushed a 4-staff, which is a pretty intelligent decision. When you're pretty much the only, especially when you're the only guy in your team who's actually doing good, getting such a defensive item as soon as possible so that you have a really good chance to escape from the inevitable ganks. That's a good decision. It's good tactics.
We'll see if it'll work for him because he did get ganked. Right now, it's before he has his 4-staff. That's true, but we'll see. And TA, with the help of DS at the middle, picks off Invoker. Ursa coming bot, though I don't know what he can do against a Faceless Void who's level 8, and he has boots, basically.
He's got face boots.
Now he has face boots, indeed. And we have 4 Radiant Heroes coming in.
Just run.
Just run. Though I don't think... Nope. Ice Bath. Enigma is going to fall to... What? Wow, Chronosphere. Why does he Chronosphere for that?
So he can steal the last hit, obviously.
I guess. Spirit Breaker was actually charging one of them, so he's now 5 heroes for the Radiant. At the top, then, I guess ODs can easily get the tower if they all stay at the bottom for the Radiant.
Well, Odie's not that good at killing towers. He's got pretty decent melee damage, but his tower pushing skill is really low because he doesn't destroy creep waves really fast. Doesn't have any bonus damage on towers or such. So.
Well, he has Vengeful next to him, but I don't know how much that can actually help. The tower at the bottom gets fortification. It's going to delay them for a second as they clean off the creep wave, and this tower is going to fall too. Come on, BurNIng, show us your last hitting. Come on, BurNIng.
Really insanely smart, they just feed him it right now.
Oh, Spirit Breaker! BurNIng sucks.
Healer.
BurNIng sucks. Okay, we have to see the gold per minute. It's almost 500 now. For Faceless Void. At 9 minutes.
Yeah, at 9 minutes it's pretty decent.
pretty decent.
Although it's not completely extraordinary yet, and in fact, for a 4-0 Void, it could be better, maybe.
Oh, come on. 10 minutes is 500? If you say so, man, I don't know.
But of course, the question is also, it's not what the gold per minute is now, it's what this amazing advantage that he has is going to lead to.
Yeah, and wow, Takira does so much damage. Takira is such a freaking OP hero after the change. And at the top we have OD being charged. He Astrals TA, but is it going to be enough? Barathram's ultimate. Nope. No, TA just picks him off immediately.
So even with that 4-staff, he's still not safe from Barathram.
Well, yeah, Barathram charging from across the map and then ulting him, and Templar Assassin with insane range on Sonic Traps.
Yep.
Yeah, so I don't know about the defensive ability of that 4-staff.
Well, let's say he would have been a lot more dead if he didn't have a 4-staff.
So that's true. I can't argue with that. So at the bottom lane here, we have Faceless Void just jungling and then going in the lane. Oh, hello, Vengeful Spirit. Hello, Vengeful Spirit. Chrono dies. We have an Enigma here.
Hey, you got a first hit dash.
Ice Bath. No,
at least Ice Bath misses.
Yeah, but he blocks him out. He has to go here. He tries to. And he manages to TP away. Wow.
So that's one less kill fed to BurNIng.
Yeah, and Invoker in the middle getting... Wow! Perfect Ghost Walk. The second Spirit Breaker was just an instant away from stunning him. He went into Ghost Walk and made it out. Oh, that was nicely timed. OD still at the top, but finally Faceless Void more last hits than OD at the top. And we have TA dealing a lot of damage with DD, but can't do anything.
He missed the meld uphill. That's pretty lucky for the Vengeful.
Oh, wow.
Although it's also a level 1 meld for some reason. I don't know why anyone would ever do that.
And a Tornado cancels out the charge on Invoker, so he doesn't die. Astral TA, Barathram gets hit with an ultimate, but doesn't actually die. Oh,
use your Arcane Orb.
Yes,
he actually gets it.
And TA drops to... No, she's invisible. Invisible. No AoE, come on, Invoker, use something? No?
Wave of Terror! Fence! Use Wave of Terror!
Enough, DS dies, Jakiro dies, but hey, TA is alive. Blinks away.
Yep. He blinked into the forest, they don't see him, and next he's gonna blink out and run away.
Yeah, wow. So TA survives that, and Jakiro and DS, who stayed around, I'm guessing, to help her out, did die, so I guess that kind of helped. And she's happy. She got a regeneration right now.
Yep.
And let's see what she can do with this. Come on.
Probably little until burning.
Until we
Anyway.
get
He doesn't want anything.
Blinks in, and there's nothing.
That's
Astral.
the-
And bathroom. On Enigma. Stun.
Get him!
Bolts. Come on, Enigma doesn't have. Now he does. Black hole. No, this drops in the second he does. Templar Assassin with one last hit. Ursa can't get TA because he's invisible. Odie does manage to get her though. Swap.
And he's gonna force off.
Vengeful swaps and Faceless Void last hits on the Outworld Destroyer here. Vengeful, how is Vengeful still alive? Die already. There we go. And the Chronosphere goes on just one Invoker. And DS gets
one.
some hits. Just obliteration. Obliteration.
At least the TA's dead.
Yeah.
That's about the only thing that I got from that one.
Ray of sunshine, really, for the Dire.
Although it's kind of interesting how long that fight actually lasts. Like you said, how did that Vengeful survive that long?
Yeah, I guess it was
Could be
6
good.
charges. Yeah.
Could be just a bit sloppy execution from the Radiants.
Could be.
But hey, I like to be positive and say that it shows that the Dire still has a little bit of a chance. We just need to get a lot more farm on everyone.
You need to be so positive, and that Sunstrike, I'm not sure if it hit or if it missed. And I mean, if it hit and it was backtracked, or if it hit. The mid tower can be denied, but I guess no one notices that so far. And speaking of burning and farm, he has 14 minutes, and the Battle Fury's done. Just needs to get it.
Yep, he's gonna go get quite out of control at this point.
Yeah, and we can see the gold per minute, 500. He does deny mid tower, 570 gold per minute.
I never agree with denying the mid tower, especially if you have such an advantage, because it's really great to just TP onto that for counter ganks. Pretty much all over the river, there's a lot of ground that tower is useful for. And when you've got a Void, and you've got a Jakiro, you can defend, you can just like fortify that tower, TP in, chrono everyone, kill everyone. Why wouldn't you?
It's an interesting thought, I guess, but... Well, at this point they don't need it, but if we're thinking about it in a more balanced state, I don't know. Something needs to be thought of.
You could also argue that it's always better to be safe than sorry, because denying gives you like 700 gold
Outworld
advantage.
Destroyer with a wonderful Sanity Eclipse gets Jakiro, manages to pick off Spirit Breaker, and he is here though. Wow, that last hit, oh god, that last hit does. The swap from Vengeful Spirit wanted to save him, but that last hit flew through the air and did get him. Vengeful is obviously going to die here to TA. TA is doing a triple kill, very, very nice.
Yeah, TA has finally stopped overextending and actually extending properly.
That's true, it's only overextending if you die.
Exactly.
And Invoker at the bottom lane, trying to push that tower, but... Here's the Void. And wait, he
Void
did,
actually reveals you.
but it does, it reveals you, but he did get the Ghost Walk off
I was getting
before.
charged. This,
I don't know what happened there. Oh, and then the Jakiro picks him off, but he did get the
Chronosphere.
Ghost Waff.
Chronosphere actually reveals invisibility, and I thought that Charge also should, but apparently not anymore.
No, Charge doesn't. Charge doesn't, I'm sure. But I guess Chronosphere does, but the last hit was like really sketchy. I don't know. Well, he survived that for a second until Jakiro just blasted him.
Yep, joked the wrong way, made the wrong guess, and got dual breath.
Yeah, and
to
at the top we have Temple Assassin Astral here.
And that made the magic missile hit miss.
Yeah, but the black hole does hit.
It's
Misses half of it, but it does hit. And he gets swapped and finally dies. So that's Two
Chaotic.
ultimates. Yeah, that was chaotic. It was everything thrown, half of it missing. The stun missed, like you said. The black hole, only half of it actually hit.
Yeah, it was a good idea, but it was too soon, really.
They got him. They got him. That's what's
At the
important.
end of the day, they got him, and
They
that's all.
got him.
And he didn't get any trade off it either, so as sloppy as it was, we can just look the other way and accept it.
Yeah, they got it. Who cares? So speaking of Enigma, he doesn't have anything other than his soldering, so no dagger yet. OD, Astraling, Jakiro, so there's nothing. But Barathrum is coming in hot.
Can't see that
Forward
short team anymore, and so he just...
Ults. Wow, Astral imprisoned himself to the ult misses. He's still gonna die.
Yeah, it's not gonna make a big difference.
Well, that was a nice Astral.
Force staff, wrong way.
Oh no, he forced out the wrong direction. I'm pretty sure he wanted to do in this direction, like this.
Yeah,
but
he definitely wanted to force stuff into the force and try to TP out, hopefully confuse them.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't have worked, but this is the worst possible.
Just pointing to them. And Ursa, well, it is
He got
Ursa. It is an Ursa. Vladimir's. He got the Aegis very quickly, very easily.
That's at least one more thing going into the Dyer's way.
He's so positive. And BurNIng just farming up the first constantly. Forest and bottom lane. Forest, bottom lane, forest, bottom lane. He has net worth of 12k at 18 minutes.
And a GPM of 625.
It's-
So he's going up, indeed.
I wonder what he's going to buy next.
I hope he's gonna make a Mjolnir so that he can farm even faster.
Personally, I prefer a Dagon,
You always prefer the Dagons.
obviously. Ice Path at the top. It's going to hit both of them. Force Staff in. And TA is
Sorry.
here. Ults up, hits everything, doesn't kill anything, except for Barathrum, who almost dies, but he's alive.
Is how you lasted
So that did not go Odie's way. I guess he expected like 2 kills at least. But
He
DS,
expects more of his team to be behind him, but actually there's no one.
yeah, DS's intelligence here, or Jakira's intelligence here. Barathrum is the only one that can really, I mean, doesn't have a lot of intelligence here, and gets a lot of damage from his ultimate. But didn't manage to kill him. And a trap by TA to Ursa here. Ursa, Aegis pops, probably gonna die again.
Run, 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 little bear.
And his friend's coming in. Vengeful Spirit stands in Microfire for an hour and dies, obviously. Invoker drops to Jakiro with a triple kill.
How often do you see that? I was actually surprised with how much damage the Ursa managed to do on TA, but targeting I think she's the highest HP out of the bunch.
Probably, and with
Yes,
refraction.
she is shared, kind of shared with Darkseer. Targeting the highest HP hero who also has refraction is not the best tactic.
Yeah, they're backing off here from an
And he gets
off
taken.
OD.
Can you get someone?
No,
Anyone?
He's gonna deal a lot of damage to everything, but not actually. I think he meant to do that on Jakiro, but that was too late.
Indeed.
And Void
Uh,
BurNIng farming, which is a giant surprise that he's farming. And now,
yeah, I mean, playing Void, why the hell isn't he ganking everywhere at all the times?
yeah, he's level 16. Now bot stuff, so he has a full Daedalus up on the career. And then Ursa, turn around! Turn around! Fight him! What are you doing?
Turn around!
BurNIng.
You got Chrono, turn around! He doesn't turn around.
Oh, come on, BurNIng. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed with this game, you know? I mean, yeah, he's farming like crazy, but come on. I know it's
Yeah.
Ursa, but he's level 11. He has nothing, and you're freaking...
This just shows how bad of a hero farmer BurNIng actually is.
Yeah,
He misses
TA,
so many heroes.
yeah, TA has more than double his kills. I mean, yeah, he might be good at creeps, but he's not that amazing at heroes. And at the middle, we have OD Astraling.
And he blinks off.
Macrofire comes in, vacuum into it, wonderful wall. Everybody dies for the Dire team. Enigma finally with a good black hole catches 3. Void doesn't care, picks off OD in the meantime with the Chronosphere. And after that Enigma black hole ends, it's GG.
That's how he thinks the game's over, which it kinda is. but the replay still has a few minutes, so we're gonna keep on going.
Yeah. Gold per minute, well, it's just 680. I mean, that's not enough. He needs to get 1k. Come on, it's burning.
I don't know if you noticed, but the Darkseer has already picked up a Shiva's Guard, and it actually made their combo of the Macropire into the, what's it called, the Vacuum,
Vacuum and
the Shiva's Guard, and Dual Breath. Everyone's slowed to
slow by
pretty much
standing there, yeah. And we have the Invoker here with a couple of spells. Again, vacuums into nothing. Enigma doesn't have a black hole. Ursa drops. Vengeful swapping. It was a really kind of useless swap.
Oh, the
And
swap.
Faceless Void jumps in, kills Enigma.
Can he kill one? Nope.
No,
It's
nothing.
done.
There's nothing. Kira gets away. Invoker drops immediately to 700 crits from 4.